Listen close, dear child, for these words could change the world. What I tell you now, I know you will not remember, for it will never let you. But I do this in hopes that centuries, millennia down the line, someone will. They say a foolish sailor treads the storm, and a wise sailor flees before it comes. But what then should you do if the storm has eyes like the moon and fangs like spears, wings like mountains, and it has a mind and it can feel emotions like fear, happiness, anger, sadness, wrath? What would you say to the sailor then? What would you say if the sky was black and fire swept through cities like piss through snow, and death came like the rain and civilizations fell like autumn leaves? Kings and queens running alongside common men, for under its gaze all were equal, all were tender. What would you say to the sailor then? Pray. That is what I would say to you. I fled, and for that they called me coward. Pray, dear child, and if God smiles upon you that day, then the path will open, and the moon will rise. You wake up from the strangest dream imaginable. What were you up to last night? You think as you prepare for the day. You usually dream of dead people, but this time it was different. You can barely remember it, but it was, and you don't have the words. All you do know is it's time to start drinking more water. But as you leave your home, in the corner of your mind, a word pokes through the dream fog. Pray. I'm sorry, Elsa's head rolls off, and you swing your axe back to its resting place at your side. You stare off into the distance at the long line of criminals waiting to be executed, and you sigh. They do not pay you nearly enough for this. Heads roll, and as you take their lives, you look into their eyes, because you've always been fascinated, you see, with the moments before death. They can reveal so much. That man regretted his actions. That woman regretted getting caught. That man misses his wife, and that man misses his wife's sister. That woman is the earth shakes. What was that, you think as you stop, and the other city knights look to you with confused eyes. No matter, you think, and continue your work, and after a day of killing, you head out for the night. And as always, after you take their heads, you bring their bodies to the families and sit with them for a while. And as they spit on you and cut you and cry in your arms, you take it all with the same strength that you swung the axe. For what kind of man would you be if you didn't? No man at all. As you trog through the city after a long day's labor, amid the usual rustle and bustle of the people, of course, they look away from you and turn around to take other pathways. And they call you Sir Titus to your face, but they call you Sir Death behind your back, for here you are Death, the king's blade, knighted null. You smile and wave all the same as you walk on. Lament, great people, for night approaches. Another drunk madman, you think as you pass. The time is nigh. Ruin will dawn upon us if we do not act. You walk off. Nonsense. The moon will rise. You stop. Something about those words and the way he used them, it triggers something deep within you, and you turn around and look for the source of the voice, and you follow it to an old man at a podium. I have seen evil in the shifting sands, ruin in the stars. Something is coming for us. And what would that be, old man? A broad soldier calls out. I do not know. Right. The soldier laughs as he walks off, and most of them follow him, but you remain. Oi, old man, you call out. What was that you said about the moon? The old man turns to you with a smile, and then he realizes who you are, and the smile evaporates. I believe something is coming. A date long foretold to bring about the end of mankind. Foretold, you ask? Foretold where? Well, in a storybook. You're joking. He looks into your eyes. something that does not happen often. I'm deadly serious, he says. That's a look you've seen before. The same look they give you as you swing. Show me. You sit across from the old man in the back of a large tavern, and he heaves an even larger book onto the table. The tale is an old one, older even than this empire. You nod as he continues. There was once a young prince of a long-destroyed kingdom who was so enraptured with his own beauty, his own pride, that he sought to build a monument to himself. A great statue, larger than anything ever created. He employed the help of builders all over the world, and he really was about to do it. That is until, at the ceremony to place the last piece on the statue, the crown, he boasted that the power of humanity, his power, is greater than the gods themselves. He boasted that his power could pierce the very heavens. It is said that a creature of unknowable anger, hatred, and evil descended from the heavens to strike down the statue and the people for their hubris. What kind of creature, you ask? I simply do not know, but I do know one thing. The people named it, a name not for its form, but its nature. Malice, they called it, and Malice struck down the statue and looked for the prince so it could finish the job. But the prince hid himself with unseen magic and evaded the beast. The coward prince, they call him, the beast rampaged in anger and destroyed all in its wake. And every century, the prince's line, which Malice should have ended, grew. And every century, Malice comes about, trying to find the prince's bloodline. But it never can, and in its frustration it slays every human it can find. You take a deep breath. How do you know all this? He hesitates. It came to me in a dream. Memories flow in, and you stop, and your blood goes dry. I believe I had something similar. You confide in him, a madman in a dream telling me of something I won't remember. He told me to pray. He told me that the moon will rise. The old man's eyes go wide. I see, then you really are doomed. I was hoping you could tell me. Wait, what? You wake up to the sound of rats and the walls of a prison cell. The castle dungeon, it seems. You look up to see a prison guard looking down at you. You're finally awake, he says. A man appears from behind the guard, and realization dawns on you. The old man comes out, and behind him comes the king. The king looks down on you. I have long been searching for you, dreamer. What do you want, you ask? And he smiles. The safety of my kingdom. Do our interests align? Am I your knight? Yes. Then why am I in chains? He looks to you. I am sorry, said Death, but the dreams prove that you are the prince's long descendant, and the coward prince's blood runs through your veins. And so, you know what I must now do. Ah, your head drops to the floor, protecting the kingdom indeed. It is a rainy day when you are prepared as a sacrifice. The entire kingdom comes out to see you as you are paraded down the street on the back of the king's chariot. You laugh. At least one good thing has come from this. The people are finally looking into your eyes. Look at me, you think as you roll past. Sir Death, they call out as they sneer and spit and toss fruit, pebbles, bricks. One catches your jaw and draws blood, and you smile. The chariot comes to a stop on the edge of a sharp mountain outside the city. The people, the horses, the royals, everyone is quiet as you are raised on the top of a large spike and hoisted into the air. You look down on them, the people you grew up beside, the people you've served all your life, Cowards all, you think as the king marches in front of you, parading. Malice, he cries out. I have prepared your charge, and early as well. Appear now, take what you must of the coward's line, and go in peace. Nothing happens. Malice! A feeling all too familiar. And the sky above you splits open, and an eye pokes out, large and cruel. You look up, and thunder crackles, and the sun is blocked out as the creature descends from its hole in the world. It roars, and ears bleed all around you. It screeches, and banshees hide in shame. You look up at it, and though its wings could scale cities, and its talons tear flesh like water, it could not suffice to call this beast a dragon. It is the end of all. And as it lowers its body from the crack in the sky, the people flee, but it cares not for the people. Its eyes are right on you, and you laugh in fear. Are you not men of honor? You cry out. Is there no man of virtue among you? You look down at them as they turn to run from the dragon. People who have looked away from you. People who hate you. Sir Death, they cry, die for us. Sir Death, they shout, die, so we might live. Sir Death, my name. The dragon stops right in front of you, with hunger in its eyes. You meet its gaze. It is Titus. It breathes the apocalypse, and all goes black. You open your eyes, and the people of the kingdom are ashes. The king, the guard, the court, the mothers, the fathers, the daughters, ashes all. You are alone, with the dragon in front of you. You fall to the ground, and at your feet lies an axe. You pick it up as you look at the black dragon, and you could swear its mouth curves up in a grin. You smile, understanding it. Now that the chirping birds have been dealt with, let's settle this century-old feud, you and me, executioner to executioner, death versus death. Let us see what the power of a human can truly do. You face off with the transcendent beast, axe in hand, and the beast swings its talons, and you deflect with your blade, and when you look at it, you see that your blade is shining. An alien power fills you up and gives you strength. The beast snarls and looses another cannon of death from its mouth, and you spin your axe so fast it creates a barrier of air that blocks the death right at its door. It swipes fang, and you match with axe. It launches into the air, and you jump with newfound power, and you don't fall. You rise and fly, and you do battle with this ancient creature over the clouds of your fallen city. Talon meets blade in songs of steel. Axe meets flame in ballads of annihilation. You make war with this beast. Two executioners engage in an endless flurry over the clouds. What the beast does not know, however, is that in the kingdom of death there is a king, and its name is not Malice. It is Titus. Above you, the moon starts to rise on the horizon, and you are filled with an even greater power, and you and the beast fly higher as you dance, covered in blood and tearing wind, toward the sky, toward the heavens. And as you fight, as you embrace, the axe in your hand glows even brighter with the moon's strength. And you know what you have to do. Finish what your ancestors started. You look up at the dragon above you, its cruel, malevolent pride, and you ready the axe like never before, and you fly at it with everything you can muster, and as it opens its mouth to swallow you, you pierce through it all, pierce the heavens. As you fall down to the earth, alongside the dead dragon, you look into its eyes, something that you've always liked to do. You think to yourself, perhaps you were harsh, perhaps Sir Death was a fitting name after all. By the way, I started a Patreon, so please check it out for my scripts, or simply to support the channel so I can make more videos more frequently and at a higher quality. Also, join the Discord, we have fun there.